Hi guys, Blake here with Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina. It is Monday, December the 16th. I have boated up here and I am just across from Outlet 3 right now, up here at the dam. Today I'm going to throw, I think they're running between 2 and 3 units if I had my guess. I forgot to look before I came out. I'm going to throw an 1/8 ounce sculpin and ginger jig with a sculpin head. I have 4-pound test on. It is currently 29 degrees the last time I looked at my phone, and it has been raining / drizzling all day. A little bit above freezing for most of the day. I think it just kind of in the last hour and a half or so dropped below freezing. But we are going to start here across from Outlet 3, kind of by the island, and we're going to see what happens. Alright, I'll take the anchor mode off there and let the boat get drifting to speed. Haven't had too many fishing reports. Been a pretty slow week. We had a couple gentlemen sitting off the dock earlier this morning, but they said they just had a couple bites. They were using some power bait, and they said that they were going in to enjoy the warmth, so I don't blame them there. It is a little frigid outside today. Alright, let's get this first cast. I'm using that 1/8 ounce jig, versus a 3/32. Number one, because I have 4-pound test on, that 4-pound will kind of slow it down a little bit. Number two, right now it looks to me like it's closer to 3 units and there's some wind blowing. So with all those factors, I decided to go just a little bit heavier, work the jig just a little bit faster. Which sometimes they like that, faster sinking motion. I find that a lot of the time they like it to sink a little bit slower, but okay. Really milk this thing into the boat here. Alright, nothing officially on the first cast. I'm starting not to be able to feel my hands here already, and my casts are showing it. Last night, after I got off work, I decided to go fishing for just about an hour and a half, and I started right across from the dock on the bluff side, and I worked that same side all the way down to just a little bit above Monkey Island. I was using a jerk bait, one of the 606 models, same model that we have up in the shop, and I caught, to my surprise, about 5 or 6 rainbows. None of them had a lot of size to them, but they were really aggressive. And I got down to a little bit by Taneycomo Acres, and I started catching crappie on the jerkbait. It's kind of a sizable jerkbait, so I was surprised at that. Kind of neat. Yesterday it wasn't quite this cold, but it was starting to drizzle and rain like it is now. Getting ready to pass over into the big hole. The shallow flat I've started on is getting ready to drop off. I'm starting to think maybe I need to go a little bit lighter on my jig here. Didn't see, well, actually I did. I did pass one other boat that was out fishing today on my way up here. Some other dedicated fishermen. I didn't stop or take a chance to stop and talk to them and see how they were doing. But they were out here. Sometimes I know that certain weather fronts move through and some can get the fish excited and really eating, and some of them kind of make them lay dormant. Like I said, I haven't had a lot of other reports to go off of as to whether people have been catching a lot of fish today, but this might be one of those times where the storm is kind of make them lay low and not feed a whole lot. I'll try a couple more casts with this jig and we're going to switch to something lighter. I know Steve Dickey, I think 2 nights ago, had some clients out and they were up here at the dam, and he said I think they were below outlet 3 and they were using white jigs right before the sun went down, so probably about the same time of the day as it is now, about 4:30 going on 5. And they said they caught 10 or 12 right there at the end on the white jig and a 5-pound brown. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to tie on something a little smaller. I'm going to go with a 3/32 black and yellow this time. This black and yellow has been a good color lately, so we'll try it out. Surprisingly, the boat's staying nice and straight today. I'll probably speak those words and it'll start turning sideways on me, but seeing some fish jumping now. I don't know if they're midging. It doesn't look like they're midging. It actually looks like they're flying up out of the water. And I do not know why that is. I know that the brown trout, when they come up here during their mating season, they like to fly up out of the water. I don't know if maybe rainbows do the same thing. I know we're close to their time of the season to mate. Or maybe they're just being acrobatic today. I don't know. So far, I haven't got as much of a bump yet today. Kind of strange. My hands finally stopped being cold. I don't know if that means they're so cold I can't feel them anymore. Oh, there's one. Man, they're very acrobatic today. He is flying out of the water. Oh, I love it when the fish jump when you're reeling them in. Until it's a big one and he throws the hook out of his mouth. Alright. Nice little stalker sized rainbow there. You little buddy. Oh, my fishing rod's starting to get some ice on it here. Oh, I found at least one dumb fish today. Oh, there's another one. And he's jumping out of the water too. That could be, them jumping out of the water like that could be maybe a result of good oxygen levels in the water as well. This one might be a little bit better. Very chunky, beautiful. He's got a whole lot of spots on him, more than normal. Whoop. And he is back in the water. Just about took the hook in the finger there. Just past the boat ramp. Oh, there was another one. And I'm fishing across from the boat ramp, but I just went past it. Oh, I was hoping to build a streak there and go 3 for 3, but that did not happen. Right now I'm really giving the jig a pretty aggressive pop and then letting it sink back down and hit the bottom. Over here on this side, when you go past that boat ramp by about 100 feet, but over here on this side it starts to get pretty shallow, so I can start to work that jig a little bit faster. Oh, there's one more. I'm wondering if maybe they recently stocked the lake within the last couple days. Some of those fish I caught yesterday were stocker size on the jerk bait, and catching a few more in that range today. Got a nice little belly on him for how big he is. The eyelets in my rod are starting to freeze up, hanging my line up a little bit here. I like to take good note of the depth of wherever I'm fishing, especially if I'm jig fishing, because when I pop it up and let it go back down to the bottom, I don't want to let it hang at the bottom so long that it starts to drive my line back up stream. Kind of want to get it right to the bottom and back up again. Keeps it nice and even with the boat, doesn't let the current pull on your, oh, there was a bite, pull on your line as much. Wind's starting to pick up. I'm just about right on top of Trophy Run now. The big Trophy Run billboard, and through this little narrowed section, the wind's driving through it, so I'm having to let my jig sink a little bit longer. Two mornings ago I went out with my buddies and we fished from, I guess it was Saturday morning. We fished from 7 or so until about 10:30, and jigs was what we caught our most fish on, and it was black and gray was the color, which I had never really used before. But it made the difference that day. We caught a lot of fish on the black and gray jig. I just went past the Trophy Run sign. I'm coming down this rock bank they have here. You know, these rock banks like this are a good spot for smallmouth to be caught. think I'm going to take a few more casts, but I'm going to do it with the jerk bait. We're going to just jerk bait along this bank. It's one of my favorite spots to do that. And then I think we're going to call it a day because I am getting cold. A little bit of fog on the lake today. It's getting cold enough outside that the water temperature is significantly higher. Oh, there was a bite than the air temperature. And just kind of a reminder on the jerk bait. I'm casting it out there, and I'm leaving a little bit of slack in my line. And I'm doing, some kind of rhythm with a bunch of short little pops. And then occasionally kind of just stopping and letting it go slack. There's one, and he hit that right as I paused it. I think every fish I've caught today, they are just launching themselves out of the water. I wish I could have the camera on the water right now. Oh. This one is a nicer fish here. Oh, wow. I might have to use the net on this one. Oh. Here's just an example of some of the ones you can catch on those jerk baits. I don't know how big he is, but 18 inches. There he goes. All right, guys. Well, I've got quite a tangled mess there in the net, so I think I'm going to call it there. We appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you again tomorrow.